Brush my hair. Hey tribe, Scott here. I just wanted to share with you an overview of a lot of points of my perception of reality around online marketing. Every time I've ever shared this discussion with anybody, I've consistently got, I've got video testimonies of people saying, hey man, you broke down marketing in, less than an hour or two in a way that some people paid tens of thousands of dollars and 6 months or more or even years and didn't get this synthesis. So take notes, feel free to take notes. Also, this video, my intention is to timestamp it. If you find something that's relevant in here that is powerful, maybe take a note of the timestamp and leave it in the comments next to this video so that you can help us co-create value here for anybody else watching it, and maybe they can click to a timestamp where we can create that. And then I also asked for just permission to be myself. I had a client one time. He said he doesn't trust people. So I'm drinking tea. I'm pouring tea over here. Pu'er tea. I had a client one time that said he doesn't allow his clients to show up in like a business suit or any uncomfortable clothing, because if you're uncomfortable, how are you gonna be yourself? So I asked that to continue watching this video and ask permission to be myself, and that's what I intend to be. So we're gonna dive in. I'm gonna share my screen on my iPad, and this is the overview of what I call Healthy Wealthy Media. This is the Amplify program overview of the Healthy Wealthy Nomad collection of curriculum that's housed inside of the Fresh House network. And this is what we use internally for the Fresh House, and what I've been, I learned a lot of this from when I lived in a Sprinter van for a year and a half in California, and I guess my first trip outside of Nashville, Tennessee in my van was Austin, Texas. Went down to digitalmarketer.com headquarters. Those guys are incredible. Before that, I was also learning from Frank Kern. I got certified by Frank Kern and Digital Marketer in marketing, and then the following year in 2015, I was living in a van and was in Russell Brunson's coaching program of a software company called ClickFunnels. Now, all these dudes are like $100 million companies. So this is what they use, and this is how I've synthesized it. And the deeper that I've gone looking inside dozens and probably hundreds of other people's online programs and courses to learn marketing and then to implement it and then help others implement it, this is a synthesis of a lot of information that could just be invaluable for you and your business. And I'm excited to share it. So with no further ado, we'll jump right in to the formula. This is the growth potential formula. And if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments wherever this is, or in the Q&A in the Jam Lounge at the Fresh House, because everything there, or in the group or the comments beneath this video in the Amplify course would also be a great place to ask questions pertaining to this. The formula for your growth potential of any business, online or offline, looks like this. Attention, how many eyeballs are on your offerings and your content. Leads, how many people can you follow up with? How big is your email list? Sales, or number of customers. So these three pertain to marketing. The next two, profit margin, how much of the pie do you get to keep on your products or programs that you're selling? And then the frequency, what's the number of offers that you have to offer to your customers? This all equals your growth potential. This is the map of reality that I use and teach all clients, and it makes most sense for me. So check this out. If you have systems in place that we build and you 2x your attention, if you just 2x your attention, period, you'll likely 2x your growth potential. If you've got twice as many people knowing who you are and seeing your stuff, and who maybe are engaged and aware of you and what you offer, you could 2x your business. If you have systems in place that we create here in the Amplify program, Healthy Wealthy Media, if you 2x your attention, you'll likely 2x your leads also, which would 4x your growth potential. It's tough to double sales conversions. It's a grind. It's tough to double profit margins because there's only 100%, and how many times can you split that? You can't really double that so much. So the next best way to double something here is your frequency. How many offers do you have to offer to your customers? And if you do all three of those, you could 2, 4, 8x your growth potential. Cool? The next piece is the content life cycle, and we've got a funnel, and a sales funnel is just a step-by-step process. Some people have a shopping cart platform where you see a product and then you add it to a cart, and then you see another product and you add it to a cart, and then you click to go view your cart and you see those products in your cart, and then you click to the checkout and then you see the checkout with your products that you put in your cart, and then you fill out the form with your name and email and credit card and whatever other information, billing, shipping address, whatever, phone number, and then you check out and then you get an order confirmation page. That's an e-commerce platform, and that is not designed to maximize conversions. Now, what would be designed to maximize conversions is you have a product, you click a button, it takes you to a checkout form, you fill in your name and email, and then you click next step, and then you can put in your credit card number on the next step. But then there's another offer that you can click a checkbox, we'll call it an order bump. I know this is hypothetical right now, and you'd have to imagine this with me if you can see it, and I intend to take this video and splice in actual visual representation examples so you can understand these concepts a little better than just teaching from drawings and mental imagery. But let's say at checkout, you can click to add something extra, and then after you buy that thing, there's another page that says, hey, you bought this, but it's kind of incomplete because you could get, like, it's great, it's awesome, you made a great decision, and if you want to 3x your results twice as fast, you probably want to go ahead and upgrade to get this other component that'll help you do that. Something along those lines. And then one click, they can buy that as well. And so in that example, we're talking about a sales funnel, sales process that has extra offers to upgrade your customers to in the window at checkout, at the bottom of the funnel. We have top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Bottom of funnel is where sales happen. This is your order form or application. If somebody starts a checkout on, say, an order form and doesn't complete it, or an application and they don't complete it, then they get some sort of cart abandon sequence. That's a common scenario. So tofu, mofu, and bofu. Attention, leads, and sales from the formula. Attention, this is your social media, this is your videos, your posts, any advertising that you do. This is the top of funnel. This is before they've given you their email address. Down here, leads and sales, we could refer to these as conversions. Whenever somebody fills out a form and submits information to you and your company, that is a conversion. And inside the middle of the funnel, you'll have emails, maybe retargeting ads. If somebody visited your website, filled out a form or something, and maybe you're returning them back. And the information at these levels is going to be a little bit different, the content. So here, the content in the top of funnel might be curiosity based. It might lead somebody in with some sort of curiosity to learn more. When they give you their email address, maybe if you're selling education products, that's a great opportunity to nurture a lead, let them know what's going on inside your business, how you could be supportive to them, how you or your product or service could help them. And so that's middle of funnel content. That's often maybe gated from public. So this is public content. This might be gated content for leads. Or it could still be public content that you're just linking to, helping people, assist them, like kind of like a concierge service, sort of speak, to content that you'll feel is relevant to them, where they're at on their journey in the process of learning about your business going through this funnel. Often education-based marketing. Usually in these two areas, we're teaching the what and selling the how. Usually the sales, if it's an education thing, it's selling the how. Or if it's a physical product, and let's say EMF protection devices, like these things we were selling, this is how you have an antenna that like harmonizes the electromagnetic frequencies from your Wi-Fi and cell phone. You can order it, so you have to transact to get one shipped to you, right? So that's, we teach the what it is, and we sell the how, even in a physical product, whether it's information and education we're selling, or a physical thing. You fill out the sales funnel, the order form at the bottom of the funnel to get the actual thing, the product, the deliverables. Okay, so pretty basic. Teach the what, sell the how. Let's see. Here's a really valuable piece from Frank Kern's program called Intent-Based Branding, that if every piece of content that we publish in the top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, throughout our whole business, if every piece of content did these three things: 1, build goodwill; 2, deliver value; 3, make an offer, then every piece of content that lives on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever it is, your blog, YouTube, it lives on forever. That content is there on the platform. And if it builds goodwill, like shares your personality, people get to feel your vibe, they get to know, like, and trust you, and you're delivering value, like actually sharing something valuable. It could be a story, could be something like what I'm doing right now, like dropping in and teaching some things. And then every piece of content makes an offer. And I guess I'll make an offer at the end of this. I wasn't planning to, but I guess I will. And since you're seeing this, you already know that it's in the Amplify program in the Fresh House, part of the Healthy, Wealthy Nomad collection of curriculum. I've got a free 73-point double your sales checklist that you can get access to in the Amplify program next to this video. So if you want access to that, sign up as a Fresh House Insider for free. Go to this video, if you're not here already, the Amplify program overview, and if this is you're seeing this on YouTube or somewhere, I'll put the link to access it in the description, so just click on that. And that's an affiliate link. You actually can't get into the Fresh House unless you're referred by somebody through their affiliate link. So if you're referred here by somebody else, sign up with their link. If you weren't, then I'm gifting you a link down in the description if this is on YouTube. So this is really powerful. Why is this powerful? This is powerful. Every piece of content builds goodwill, delivers value, and makes an offer so that we're not burning people out. There's 3 ways to demonstrate authority. One is tell people how great you are. It works. It works a lot of time. That's what most people are doing. Like, my stuff's so great, you gotta buy it. 2 is other people tell how great you are, like testimonies. That's a little stronger level of authority. You've actually proven some things with people and they're vouching for you, right? The third level of authority, which I believe is likely the most powerful, is demonstrating. Actually demonstrating things. That's why I didn't prepare exactly screenshots and things from other campaigns right now in this presentation. However, I could maybe splice them in later in this video and republish it, something like that. But I guess I could tell you how effective this has been in different cases that we've set this up in, because I've built systems 5-6 years ago that are still selling weekly today, and I'm getting notifications in the emails that that's happening. We've scaled different campaigns. These things we scaled from 0 to $4 grand a month to $6 grand a month to 12, 18, 26, 32, 36, $38,000 a month. through paid ads, through paid advertising, selling EMF protection devices, and so many other things. Retreats, trainings. So next concept is the value ladder. I learned this initially from Russell Brunson of ClickFunnels software company. And I like to overlap this concept, and I might have to draw it in. It's kind of here already. The value ladder. As value increases, so does price. All right? So lead magnet, if you've heard this term, it's usually like a freebie offering. I'll give you a free PDF or guided meditation or free video or something, a free webinar, web class, free something in exchange for an email address. So this is down here on the value ladder. And I've also in that 73-point double your sales checklist, I also have checklists for actually all these different levels that I'm sharing with you. There's one for your landing page and lead magnet, one for your next step, your tripwire product, what's cheap. So this is a unique piece in the value ladder that instead of just a free subscriber who you get their email address from, the idea is you've seen those things online where somebody charges a $1 trial or a $7 mini course, or a $9 little mini course or something like that, or $27 mini workshop. Seen some people doing that a lot lately. That's something cheap, but the whole point is that it takes a free subscriber and changes the relationship as a customer. Now they're a buyer. So that's a huge difference. Your buyer's list is 10 times more likely to buy from you than people who haven't bought from you before. So we're ascending people on our value ladder. So it goes from free to cheap or low price. It doesn't have to be cheap in quality. It's just a lower price. I put that word there. I don't know when, but it's a low price offer. It's a designed to convert a subscriber into a buyer. And then you have a core offer. Whatever a core offer is for your business. Now, I will draw this in a second way. This is what digitalmarketer.com calls the $1 million napkin. All right, so I'll write this out too. So lead magnet, that's your freebie. That's your freebie down here on the value ladder. Your tripwire product. I don't really like that name so much. Some people would call it also, it's a tripwire product. It's a low price product. This is how digital marketer, this is called their $1 million napkin. All right, so one of these sets that are related of offers could lead to $1 million in your business. If you just focus on one core set of offering, and this is the idea. So we've got our core offer, profit maximizer, and our return path. How do we get people back once they visit any of these? How do we get them back to the next step? The return path. What step did they leave on, and how do we get them back there? So this $1 million napkin is now drawn in the value ladder. Lead magnet, tripwire, core offer, profit maximizer. And ultimately, I like to say, my spirit guides, whatever, came through and dropped this line, presence is the destination. We want to be booty shaking on the dance floor. We don't want to be looking at the computer with our lives. We want to be in presence, having fun, not being in the technical weeds. That's why you're here watching this video, to hopefully give you a map of reality that's going to get you results so you can have more choices and freedom and wealth and health in your life. Harmonizing your health and wealth. That's what we're doing here at the Fresh House. All right, so there's also a couple things. Now that we've covered the value ladder, free, cheap, core offer, profit maximizer. I'll give you some optional price points that this could pertain to. Free, 1 to 27 to 37 to maybe $47. Or core offer could be $27 to $47 to $67, $97, $197, $297. Core offer. Oftentimes, depending on your industry and your market, those are typical price ranges for a core offer for a business. And then a profit maximizer, which on this I drew out maybe for a client or something, that maybe retreats. Courses are down here as a core offer, but retreats, there's also 3 levels or 4 levels of intimacy. There's 0 to many. Like with courses, it doesn't take any of your, it's time over contribution. You can serve many people with 0 amount of your time when you make something like what I'm doing here with a video. Like I make this once, now you're watching it at a future timeline than what I'm on. You can do the same thing. There's 1 to many, where your time can, like at a retreat, let's say, you could, or a Zoom call, or a webinar, a live webinar, it's like your time, one person, your time, to many people. Then there's one-on-one. So it's you and another person directly. And another one that isn't as often used, and we're using it at the Fresh House, is many to many. That we can co-create content and products and programs together at the Jam Lounge at the Fresh House. It's kind of a vision, and we're expanding that, open to more ideas. So please feel free to click over to the Jam Lounge and ask any questions or answer any questions over there to help us all with that. And that's the whole point with the Fresh House too. It's like I've done this marketing for so long that it hasn't been fulfilling because most people aren't thinking about the frequency of everybody else's businesses. I'm seeing a lot of people's businesses, and for an individual business owner to create systems and processes and funnels and understand what I'm sharing with you at a deep level to actually do it and integrate it, not everybody's going to get there. It's just the way it is. Not everybody's going to get there. And so that's the whole point of what you're seeing now at the Fresh House is like, well, why don't we just make all this work for all of us, and then we can co-create with truth and what is good. So other people's products and programs we put in the Fresh House shop. It's an affiliate network. You can earn on it, and we've got a global dividend in our company-wide. Every purchase that's made, looking currently to turn that into a kind of slush fund pool, liquidity pool to reward all of our Fresh House homies. So all purchases made help us all, and we get to co-create everything. So that was a bit of information, right? I need to take a breather. Make sure you're taking notes. Drink some water, please. I'm drinking pu'er tea, keeping me lit over here. And then we're going to break down next the content life cycle, tofu, mofu, and bofu, individually. I want you to see these as individual components and which parts of marketing can be categorized in each part. This is going to be super next level helpful, I'm sure. And let me know in the comments below what you've learned and any questions that you've got. I really appreciate it, your feedback and co-creation here. Top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Everything in digital marketing we reverse engineer. How are you getting paid? If the whole point, I'm going to cast a spell, is more money, less overwhelm, where do we start? We're going to start at the bottom of the funnel, closest to you making money in your accounts. Okay. Bottom of the funnel. There's going to be some sort of form that takes payment. So you're going to need a payment processor, whether you use Stripe or PayPal or Braintree from PayPal or 2Checkout or cryptocurrency or whatever it is. Or TransferWise, maybe you have, instead of an order form, an application form like this, and then maybe you get on a consultative sales call or something, and then you have a a process where you give them your bank account details and maybe they wire you money. So either way, at the bottom of the funnel, whenever you're doing your digital marketing, please consider that you start here at the bottom of where you're actually going to get paid and how you're going to get paid. And then, as you can see, a sketch, again, I would like to add some practical screenshot examples and videos that we'll do at a later time, so you can kind of visualize this. But maybe you have, or maybe you haven't already been through a sales process that looks something like this, where there's an order form you check out, there's an order bump, you can add, an extra $37 or something to your order, or $97, and then maybe there's another upsell for $97 or $167, and if you don't take that, maybe there's a downsell. So there's all these potentials. One-time offers only available on these pages, that you can have a one-click upgrade or upsell or downsell to your offer, and then an order confirmation page. How are people getting the emails delivered to them? For transactional emails, it depends on the platform that you're using. Here at the Fresh House, we're using WordPress and WooCommerce. There are easier systems, ThriveCart, CarTruck, Kajabi, ClickFunnels, all those systems. We're just doing this because it's completely customizable and we can expand and create with our creativity however we see fit. It keeps us flexible and malleable being on WordPress, and there's a lot to it. There's a lot to actually setting these types of systems up. But know that the core component of all the digital marketing that you see on the internet revolves around somebody filling out their name and email address, at minimum their email address. In every CRM, from like your customer relationship management system, CRM, or email autoresponder tool, usually the same thing as what we're referencing, like MailChimp or Infusionsoft or Entreport or Kajabi or Drip email things, or I use ActiveCampaign. We use ActiveCampaign at the Fresh House. I highly recommend ActiveCampaign. It's low price to get started and it's awesome. Let's explain why if you want to go deeper. You can download the 73 points to double your sales checklist to learn more about all sorts of different things in that department. Cool. That's the bottom of the funnel. The content there is, hey, check out, or hey, you made an awesome decision, and if you wanted 3 extra results twice as fast, upgrade your order. Often it's going to take people up the value ladder, closer to presence. Probably going to enhance the level of intimacy from 0 to many, maybe to 1 to many. Maybe it's all 0 to many things. Maybe to 1 to 1. Maybe many to many. Not many platforms that I've seen do that, though. That's the kind of content over there. The content in the middle of the funnel might be on your webinar. You've captured a lead, and maybe you educate people on sales pitch as a tutorial, introduce topic. This is a whole framework that could be taught in the middle of the funnel. Or maybe a product launch formula. Maybe you've seen some of those where it's maybe 3 videos and then a 4th that explains an offer and links to an order form. So if we create the bottom of the funnel first, then any content that we choose to put, whether it's in either of these top or middle of the funnel, could end up going to the order form. You could have a sales page at the top or middle of the funnel that explains what the offer is and then links to an order form. You could have a video presentation or a series of video presentations, and the offer is to buy now. So this is a critical distinction. The offer in the middle of the funnel after you've collected a lead is to purchase. The offer on social media at the top of the funnel, which we're about to discuss, is to learn more. This way, If every piece of content we create builds goodwill, delivers value, and makes an offer, then people won't get burned out on social media. You're not saying, hey, on social media, you're not repeating, hey, come buy my stuff. You're saying, hey, I'm sharing a cool story with you that builds goodwill, delivers value, makes an offer, and the offer on social media is to learn more. Then you drop them into a form that captures an email address. Now, this is a classic way to do digital marketing. It doesn't have to be done this way. You could send them straight to, you could send people straight to an order form if you wanted. You could send them to here. But this is like a smooth way to build your email list and to pitch people to share what it is that you've got after they've digitally raised their hand, filled out a form, and said, yes, I want to learn more about what you have to offer. And on social media, they're not getting burned out because you say, hey, learn more instead of buy my stuff. The presentation here, like a video like this, could say, hey, go buy my stuff. If you haven't already dropped into the Healthy Wealthy Media program, the Amplify program, part of the Healthy Wealthy Nomad curriculum, inside of the Fresh House, boom, you can. if it resonates for you. And the next step would really be to download the 73-point Double Your Sales checklist, and then there's an offering inside of that to schedule a call with us to see what's aligned and where you're at and see how we can actually help you. An actual opportunity to expand into presence with us. Presence is the destination. You got an opportunity after you get the Double Your Sales checklist. Let's talk about social media content real quick. So you could go live every single day if you wanted. That's great. There's some key things that we'll probably want to look at. You don't have to go live. You could do a strategy like I'll outline here right now. Top of funnel. Let's talk about advertising, because that is the quintessential piece. If you can create advertising that converts into profit, through this process, the whole point, every time I run an advertising campaign, my goal is to put $1 in and to get at least $1 out. Okay? So put $1 in, get $1 out. Ideally, I would like to put $1 in and get $2 out. At one point when we were selling these EMF protection devices, I was really excited that we were putting $1 in and getting $18 to $20 out. And I was like, how much money can we give Facebook to keep scaling this thing? And then headlines, world headlines changed to Black Lives Matters, and our ad accounts got shut down for this project, and you never heard about EMF or 5G things on Facebook's platform anymore. So we're getting censored. And that was the end of running ads for that project on Facebook. A lot of our homies in conscious community, embodied communities, are getting censored now as of 2021, 2020, and people are seeing how monopoly control of media and communication and censorship is a real thing. So here's a couple strategies for social media. One is having one piece of content, like an ad, that can be paid to boost to a lot of people. That's been a core strategy of what I've been doing and that I've learned here. Because if you can create one piece of content, put some money behind it, and it can $1 can turn into $2. If you give me $1 and I give you $2, how many times would you do that? As much as you could, right? You'd be like, how much money can I give you? You'd be like, let me give you all of my money and you'll double it. Awesome. That's what advertising game is. The fastest way to generate wealth is to turn advertising into profit that I've ever seen. It's a consistent, dependable method, but there's a lot of components as we're looking at. The neighbors are starting to play music, so you're probably hearing that. Question I have for you is, Who do you want to help? What is the change that you want to help them make? You want to probably write this down. Maybe take a piece of paper and draw lines like that down a sheet of paper. Make 4 quadrants. Who is it that you want to help? Describe them completely. What is the change that you want to help them make? How do you want to help them? And how do you know when you're successful at that? How do you know when you are successful at that? How do you keep score for you? The how is going to be your value stack, your offer stack. It's going to be your $1 million napkin. It's going to be your value ladder. That's going to be probably inside of your core offer. How you break that down, that's going to be how. What if you had 9 pieces of content, or however many, and you started with why? What if you had a 1-minute video that told you why you're doing what you're doing? And you were able to boost that with advertising. So I've got a brother right now who I want to share this communication with, and I'm going to speak to him right now. You could create a lot of pieces of content. What if you created a handful of pieces of content that could be reused to duplicate your time and energy? So you didn't have to keep creating new content, but you actually allowed other means of amplifying that content to work for you so that you can get that content out to more people to get more attention, leads, and sales without more of your time. So if you get strategic about how you create some content, you could create a scenario like that. There's a handful of people who I've learned from about creating content that you can duplicate and really leverage your time, energy, resources, money, and sanity. Your terms: time, energy, resources, money, and sanity. One is creating one ad that you can boost. Like we were selling these EMF protection devices, I was doing one ad. We had about 3,000 comments, about 3,000 shares on one single ad. It was bananas. It worked really good. We did well with it. That was one piece of content. That was it. We didn't even make content on the site or on the Facebook page or anything. It was like one piece of content, one ad boosted in the ad account, did that. Made $250,000 with that one campaign, with like one piece of content. How crazy is that? So here's an idea. If you start with why, maybe make one video, maybe make 2 or 3 videos. We've got a script in the Amplify program of this. And I'll break down the Amplify, what that is, in a second also. I'll do it right now since I'm talking about it. It's 6 steps. It's your sales process, tofu, mofu, and bofu. It's really your bofu and your mofu. What is your sales process? Your market. Who is it you're going to help? What's the change you're going to help them make? That's going to inform your content, your tofu content, and then your offers. Your market and your content will also help you kind of determine what offers you're making, your value ladder, your $1 million napkin, and then how to compound your content, to take one piece of content and replicate it potentially into 10 to 15 to 20 plus pieces of content that can help you get more attention without more of your time. How to use different tools, from ads to taking, say, a long video like this, making a shorter version, maybe publishing this version on a blog, maybe having a team that pulls out 10 to 20 quote cards from the transcript of this audio, to export the audio, put that on the blog post, to take the transcript and put that on a blog post, to make a summarization on the blog post, and then take that and have your team even make a Facebook post out of a 10 to 20 minute version of this video, or a couple different versions of this video, and then take a few chunks of like 1-minute videos and publish them to Instagram or LinkedIn or however it goes. And you can see how one piece of content could turn into a lot of different pieces of content where other people can find you. And then taking keyword research and chock-in full all of those and hashtags on all those platforms, and having a team to do it, and having a standard operating procedure for your business specifically and your market and your audience and the pain points that they're experiencing, so that you can compound your content to have more money and less overwhelm. And then once all of those 5 things are like figured out in your business, then we actually usually talk about running ads. And here's my man Frank Kern talking about what I just said. This is his website. The most consistent, dependable way to generate wealth is turn advertising into profit. You know, we can give Facebook $1 and they give us $18 to $20 worth of customers. How many times would you do that? And if you have a safe product that's not going to be, open to banning for censorship or whatever, and you want to amplify and scale it, and a lot of people love it and want it, and it's true and it's awesome, then I invite you to download the 73-point Double Your Sales Checklist. As I've already said, feel free to do that anytime and see if that's helpful for you, and if you want further help from us to help you implement any of that. Or access the Amplify program and discuss all of these little topics of conversation inside of that program. So if you started with why, maybe some 1-minute videos, 1 to 3 to 5-minute videos about why you're doing what you're doing. A common thing, maybe you've seen it on Facebook, is somebody will have a headline at the top of the video. Maybe they'll have a URL in the bottom of the video. And so every time that video is played, and here's the video content with you talking about something, maybe sharing a story, something like that, then they've got a headline. What's hooking them to watch the video? The headline hooks them to watch the content. The content builds goodwill, delivers value, and makes an offer. And even if it doesn't make an offer, this URL down here is making an offer throughout the entirety of that whole video clip. That's one way to structure content. Then, once you got some why videos, maybe you'll make some how-to videos. Or at least teaching the what so that you can sell the how. Like if you've got a book, like a cookbook, something, let's say, hypothetically. They'd have to buy the book to actually get the content. But maybe you teach some things like, hey, maybe you tell a story about how somebody didn't have knife skills and they cut themselves and they didn't do this or whatever, or they had a unhealthy relationship with the food that they're eating that made food their enemy, and led to overweight and feeling shame around every time they eat. That's a real thing that happens. And then maybe you share a story of a client or somebody that you've helped to help reframe their ideas around the food that they're eating to make it a positive experience. So our man Evan at Freestyle Kitchen in the Fresh House shop may have his cookbook, may have programs coming soon as of the date of this video, and that's what he does. So if you know of anybody in that boat, we invite you to be a Fresh House homie, join the Share the Love affiliate platform, share people into the Fresh House to learn about products like that from our community of health hero professors to profess. Often takes confession to lead to profession. Once we clear those channels and get to our next level in life, we're able to likely help people who are vibrating at frequencies that we were once vibrating at. So, social media content, learn more, middle of funnel, capture a lead, maybe on a webinar or something, and we say buy now. That leads them into the bottom of the funnel to transact. And then there's fulfillment and customer excitement, and then there's the customer value journey, which I'm not sure what else is in this presentation, but these are the core concepts that I wanted to share with you. Here's the value journey from digital marketer, from awareness to engaged to subscribe, convert, excite, ascend, advocate, and promote. It's the value journey, the customer value journey. So if you want to go deeper on any of this stuff, and if you find this is going to be energizing for you and your business, then I invite you to learn more with us. There's a couple extra codes as I flip through my notes, just kind of random sample that could be supremely valuable. I learned this from Brendan Burchard. He said this. It takes the same terms to promote anything at any price. So whether you're selling something for $5 or $5,000 or $500,000, it takes the same amount of time, energy, resources, money, and sanity to promote any of those things at any price point. So the terms have to be less than the ROI, your return on investment, plus your future value, plus your personal or professional development, plus your lifestyle. Marinate with that for a second. I learned that from Brendan Burchard. That was really powerful for me when I learned it. The formula, we discussed it. Here's some cool things. There's less of your time up here, one-on-one. You got a little bit, you can reach more people, one to many. You can reach a lot more people, 0 to many. And down here, bigger might be many to many. Sales referring to the first transaction, frequency referring to multiple transactions. What's happening in a human body when you buy, it's what President George Bush said after 9/11. What did he tell the American people to do after the next day? He said, go shopping. Why go shopping? Because when we purchase something, our body triggers and secretes dopamine, and the world is more manageable, and we can deal with things and tragedies easier when we're preoccupied with ourselves. The psychology of this, oh, there it is with the napkin written out on this page, is that this whole sales funnel and sales process could happen very rapidly, within like minutes or a minute. Somebody comes and buys your $1 thing, and then they upgrade to get the $200 thing, and then they upgrade to get the $2,000 thing. That could happen within a couple minutes. The whole point about the bottom of the funnel that we reverse engineered over here, and having one-time offers and one click to purchase and an order bump, is that as soon as somebody checks out and buys something, dopamine is released in their body. That effect happened, it lasts for about 30 seconds. They're excited. They're excited for a new reality. This is something I didn't cover on here. They're in a pit of pain, and you've got to articulate how there's a gap and there's a peak that they could reach in their state, in their emotional state, in their life. There's a gap. Your product or program or service or whatever you're selling could help them bridge that gap from who they are, the music of their mind, body, and emotions, what they are, what they have now, to where they are and who they are and what they want to have and what they see as a potential timeline in their future, why they're in that conversation with you. I think that's it for this training. There's different things that I do with one-on-one clients and with clients in our programs. But, how was that? That was pretty awesome, right? I'll give you one little quick script. I learned this from Frank Kern, who I think learned this from Larry Carlton, copywriter. Is it Larry Carlton? John Carlton? John Carlton might be the copywriter. Larry Carlton might be the guitar player who does finger tapping and stuff. The sales copy formula, keep it really simple, is 3 steps. Here's what I've got. So this could go on a sales page or anything on social media if you're trying to sell something. Simply just say this. Here's what I've got. I've got this thing. Here's how it will help you. And you can use the phrase, so you can. Here's what I've got. Why does it matter? So you can. Whatever follows that phrase, so you can, is a benefit statement. It's just how it works. So maybe take note of that. Here's what I've got, so you can get this benefit. Here's what I want you to do next. Fill out the form. Book a call. Schedule the calendar. Fill out the application. Order the product. Buy the thing right now. Here's what I've got. Here's how it will help you. Here's what I want you to do next. What I want you to do next is let me know what resonated with you. If you've got questions, you can drop them down next to this video, or ideally next to this video inside of the Fresh House, so that it's topical and relevant to this video, and we can have a thread running and flesh out any questions that you may have, and anything that you may want to go further on is likely in the Amplify / Healthy Wealthy Media course and program. So that's all. I'm Scott Mitchell Atkins, aka Superhero Identity at the Fresh House, Sky Fresh. That's also how I sound on electric guitar, Sky Fresh. And to remind you, I figured having the emails come from Sky Fresh versus Scott Mitchell Atkins might help you to keep your sky fresh, to remember to breathe deep and smile. So you're getting those emails from me at the Fresh House, and I appreciate you being in here and co-creating with us, and I look forward to learning more about the visions that are inside of you to get to your next level and to help humanity and to help us all get to our next level with the unique codes that only you have. You're going to meet people that I will never meet. We'll meet some of the same people, but we individually have unique codes that we're here to share with the unique constellation of souls who will receive them. And we're going to receive codes from a unique constellation of souls also. So thanks for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the next videos. Drop a comment, and we'll see you next now. Thanks.